Hey everybody, this is Clay, the very average gamer. I'm bringing a gun game to you today. Honestly, this isn't a great gameplay. I think I go on a killing spree here at some point, but during the middle of this game, I start noticing there's a guy that's basically just running around and stabbing everybody and trying to set them back and humiliate them. And he does a really good job at causing a little frustration, especially for me. I know I get very frustrated at the fact that I'm continuously getting stabbed. But, after the game was kind of over, I started thinking about it. And, whatever set him off, if he was just starting off the game and that was his objective, to frustrate people and run around and stab them the whole time, or if it may have been a deal where he just didn't do very well at the start and so decided to make it his objective just to frustrate other people. Either way, at the time, whatever his motives were, it did frustrate me, and to be honest, afterwards I start looking back at it and it's pretty funny. I mean, the objective of this game is to just kill people with a gun and move up in guns. The first person to go through the 20 weapons, that's who wins the game. And so he basically just completely forgot about the objective of the game and just ran around and worked on stabbing people. Anyway, at the end of the day, I got a pretty good laugh at it. Although you will see it really affected my gameplay here. I started off doing really well, and I think around the time that the sniper rifles came in, I started noticing that this guy was continuously stabbing me. And I think I never end up going through all 20 of the guns at the end of the game. But, alright, that being said, this whole video is really based on a test that I'm trying to do. I've had some issues where the commentary sounds alright, but whenever I hear the gameplay audio, and I will turn down the voice commentary here in a second just to show you what I'm talking about. But the gameplay audio on it has been off, and I don't know if I can't really figure out what the problem is. Anybody that has done this before, you guys may know how to work around this problem. But basically what has happened is, if maybe I'm recording in the 29.97 frames per second and the video is done in 30 frames per second, I don't know if maybe that's setting it off, or I'm not really sure. But this whole video here is really just a test to see if I can get the gameplay audio and the commentary audio and all of the audio to mix together and sound good. For those of you that have done commentaries in the past and are familiar with different editing software and audio software, the software I'm using for recording is audio is Adobe Audition. Audition, I'm sorry, not Edition, Audition. And then I mix it into, what I've been doing is mixing it into Adobe After Effects, and I think I'm going to start trying to mix it into Adobe Premiere, just so it will be easier for editing and cutting and everything like that. Now, I know a lot of times that the Adobe products are actually fairly expensive, but I'm in a position where I get these basically for free. So I actually use them at work quite a bit. I'm not great at any of them, but I'm fairly familiar with most of them. I've used them at one point or another. I hate this gun. This gun, it impairs your mobility by so much, it's ridiculous, and then the amount of damage it does for such a big gun it just seems like it's almost minimal. The fire rate is just not very good. So here you see I'm doing pretty good. I'm on to the sniper rifles now, and made it past the LMGs onto the sniper rifles and working my way up. And that looked like I hit him. But right around here is where I start getting stabbed. I think I make it up to the RPGs, and then once I do that, I start getting humiliated, and I'm actually go back down all the way to the LMGs. But you'll see how it affects my gameplay whenever I start noticing myself getting stabbed consistently. I'm up by quite a bit right now. with everybody else. And like I said, it doesn't stay that way. I think I still end up in first place, but it was at one time I got knocked down. I shouldn't really be spoiling the gameplay, but I did want to kind of let you know what was going on, because it's on the right track to being a fairly good gameplay. Anyway, we've got just a few more minutes, probably about 5 more minutes to talk here. And like I said, this is mainly a test on the audio. So a lot of this, anything else I talk about, I'm going to be kind of making up. If there's any specific subjects, I wish that I was a good enough player where I could give some tips and tricks. But to be honest with you, I think any tips and tricks that I may have to offer would either be, one, you guys already know it, or two, just not really worth mentioning. If I had could keep a constant KD of 3, 4, 5, then maybe worth talking about. But a lot of this, I'm hoping that I can actually pick up some tips from those that I don't know how that kill him. It looked like it hit him in the foot. But anyway, I'm hoping that I can get some tips and tricks from everybody here. Now here we go, Mr. Stab. This is what I'm dealing with, and I think going downhill from here. Anyway, so I'm hoping to pick up maybe some gameplay tips and tricks, things that you all may notice that I do that I could improve on. I don't mind constructive criticism at all. In fact, I think I mentioned in my prior videos that I went to school doing animation. Well, part of that is, I spent a lot of time doing artwork, and you basically, at the end of the day, you have, 20 people looking at your art, picking out good and bad things that you've done with it. And so criticism on its own, may not be so helpful, like, you suck, give up playing the game. I'm not going to take that to heart, but constructive criticism was, you did horrible on this, and this is what you could do to become better on it. Put in a way that's it's not just cutting anybody down. It can be a good thing. I think constructive criticism is a great thing whenever people know how to take it and to use it and use that to improve whatever it is they may be doing. And that's really what I'm wanting to try to do here. I know that there are areas, and I will go into detail. I'll probably do a whole commentary on what I think my strengths and my weaknesses are as far as my gameplay goes. But I'm really wanting to, right now, I know that there are things that I need help with, and I'm hoping to get feedback from the community in order to work on improving my gameplay. And, I think it'd be cool to be able to record, and I'm going to be honest with you, whenever I put my gameplay up, I'm not going to put just awesome games. I'm going to, I'll put games that, I feel I do well on. I'll put games if I do well on and we end up losing. I'll do games that I do well on and we end up winning. I'll do games that, for some reason nothing ends up going right. We've all had those games, whether it's you spawn, take 3 steps, and run into a randomly thrown grenade. I mean, if I had a dollar for every time that happened, I'd at least have $5. Shot in the stomach with a sniper rifle, and it doesn't end up killing him. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so let me see here. What exactly to talk about now? The game's actually getting pretty close to coming to an end. I actually have a pretty cool kill cam at the end of this, and I think I get set back one more time by the mad knifer. We'll refer to him as the Mad Knifer. So anyway, yeah. Like I said, I'm hopefully going to be having some where what I would like to see is where I can record a gameplay of maybe not doing so well, get some comments and ideas, and a way that I can, take that same gameplay again and incorporate some tips and tricks that maybe the community has given me, and end up showing you a better gameplay where through your help I was able to come up with a decent score. So anyway, right here's the end of the match. I hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay, at least enjoyed the commentary. Again, you can see how the frustration affected my gameplay towards the middle of the game on to the end. I did get in the final kill and ended up being in first place with a final shot to the Mad Knifer. Anyway, there we go. Final score, 21-14. Hope you guys enjoyed the game and the commentary. Feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe. Take it easy. Bye.